Everyone, this is Ian. Hope you're having a wonderful Monday. It's nice and bright here. It's been a bit rainy earlier, but now the sun is shining. And I just want to have just a quick little training session based on some of the questions that have come in from last week. So just let me know the PowerPoint for you, and we should be all good to go. There we go. Yeah. What really excites me though is the opportunity that Manatech gives everyone because there are lots of people out there looking for a second time income. Some people just want an income, and what really, really makes me feel great at the moment is I really believe that 2026, I think the second half of this year is going to be absolutely amazing, especially in Europe, because a lot of my colleagues who are not in my downline, they're in other downlines are actually reporting that there's good growth going on in Europe in various countries, whether it be Italy or Spain or Portugal or the Netherlands. There's so much going on across the whole spectrum of Europe. Now really is a great time to be involved. But what you will find is that certainly if you're young, I was 18 when I got involved in network marketing. Everyone told me it won't work. You're too young. People won't listen to you. How are you going to actually lead them forward? All the negative things that you don't want to. I actually thought, that for everyone who was saying to me, it can't be done, that means it must be done. But I also recognize that, even at 18, you've got to work for this business. It's whatever you want, your own business, you've got to have to work to it. The great news is we all know with Manatech, you need very, very little outlay to get your own business launched. But at the age of 18, I built a business within 2 years, and I virtually brought a home with a very little mortgage because I went out there and did the opposite to everyone else. If everyone else turned left, I thought I need to turn right. Otherwise, I'm just following the sheep, and I want to be the shepherd. So I actually did that, and it's quite interesting. Is I see lots of now young people coming into this business as well. So when we're talking to people, let's not limit it to people who are like senior or medium in their life. Let's go for these young people because these young people are crying out for a different lifestyle. They don't want to be in the job 9 to 5. So I think Europe's going to be really, really exciting this next 6 months. And I feel very, very excited about it. I really do. Now, the one thing you do need to do, though, is you need to give yourself a mental detox. A mental detox. What's that mean? It means you need to be careful what you're actually putting into your mind because a lot of people just take everything on board. For example, if someone's told you this book is really, really good, someone tells me a book is good. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the back and I'm going to listen to reviews. I'm going to go online. I'm going to listen to all these authors and see what they're talking about because it's important, what you put in will be the difference whether you make it or whether you don't. And then I can report to you of a study that was done. They put some fleas in a jar, and the fleas kept jumping up and hitting the lid. And they thought after a bit, this is a bit hard. So then they started jumping at a lower level. It didn't hurt them because they wasn't hitting the top. There was no stretching going on. Eventually, they took the lid off the jar, and not one flea. And it's true. It's actually true. This story is not one flea jumped out. And that's because they had conditioned themselves that if you jump too high, it hurts. And that's the same with your business. It's a case of you decide how high you're going to jump. And the first few steps may hurt, but the next few steps won't hurt anywhere near as much. And the great news is that you are in control of this. You are in full control of this. So have a garage sale. Have a garage sale in your mind. You decide. And people say, well, how can I get rid of what I've already got in there? Well, the best way to get rid of it is put something in there to replace it. So, for example, read for 15, 20 minutes a day, watch videos, go online, watch YouTube, speak to people, find out, what's really firing people up. But have a garage sale in your mind. Have a garage sale in your mind. This one I absolutely love. Think outside the box. I can guarantee you I do not have a box. I have had a full body scan, top to bottom. There is no box inside me. What there is mental barriers that I decide to put in place. So there's no box, it's just the mental barriers by listening to people who are just think about this. Something like 95% of the people earn 5% of the money, and 5% of the people earn 95% of the money. And you've just got to break down that barrier and get belief. You've got to get those mental barriers out the way and just focus on, I know I can do this. Yeah. And the one thing you definitely need to do is avoid the quicksand. What these are the negatives. These are the people that say it will never work. People like you don't make anything of things, yeah, etc., etc. So many people told me you're never going to make it. So I made it a point of making it just because people told me I couldn't make it. But avoid the quicksand crowd. Don't hang out with them. These people like say, hey, I'm going to sit at home and drink beer or drink lager and eat snacks and what have you. Leave them to it. Leave them to it. Get out there and avoid the quicksand. Mix with people who are focused, who are switched on, and who are excited. This one I think is quite important because everyone says, oh, find your why. Well, for me, if your why doesn't make you cry, you're still looking for your why. So many people just think, oh yeah, my why is this. And the question is when someone says, this is my why, the next question is why? Why? Drill down deep because you can only help people when you get to the core. And so many people just take this at face value, and yet it's one of the most important aspects of building yourself as a person and your mind and your goals. So if your why doesn't make you cry, you're still looking for your why. Don't be afraid of it. Some people it'll take 3 months, 6 months, whatever. Keep looking, keep looking, keep looking. Then all of a sudden it will come together. I just want to actually talk to you just a little bit about a belief and share a story with you about a pastor. And the pastor actually went to the township and he'd got everyone together. There was only a few hundred people. And he said, guys, we've got a problem. We haven't had any rain for such a long time. If it doesn't soon rain, then we're probably not going to make it because we are thirsty, we are hungry, we need to pray for rain. So who would like to come and pray? And who believes that if we pray, we can generate rain, we can make it rain? And everyone said, yeah. So he said, okay, Sunday morning, 10 a.m., be at the church and we'll pray for rain. Sunday morning, he got there and he looked, the pastor, and he thought, wow, the church was full. People were hanging out the windows. Every single person turned up. And he went on the stage and he said, who really believes we can actually make it rain by prayer? And they're like, yeah, we can do this. We can do this. He said, no, I want to know who really believes we can do this. And they're still saying yes. He said, I've got one further question then. If you all believe we can make it rain, why hasn't anyone brought an umbrella with them? Why hasn't anyone brought an umbrella with them? Just think about it. And that's where we get stuck sometimes. We say we're going to do something, but we don't, because we don't have the belief factor in place. The only person who can stop you is the person you see in the mirror. The only person you see in the mirror, that is the only person who can stop you. Nobody else can stop you. So hopefully these few tips have helped you. Get excited. Europe is on fire, and just believe in yourself because you can do it. Go and speak to the person who invited you in the business. Go and ask them for help if you need it. If you're in my team, just give me a call. We know the process, but go and get help. Let's get excited and